Hey, it's Rick here, and we've got another installment of how do you get started in making your own YouTube videos. And this time we're going to talk a little bit about how do you get started. And there's some real key questions that I would recommend you ask yourself before you jump in and start making videos. The first one is you really need to ask yourself, why? Why do you want to make videos? And what do you want to do with this? So determine that reason first and foremost. If you've watched my other initial video on this, when I talked a little bit of back history, the reason why I started creating videos is because I wanted to help other people. I wanted them to see a product that I had purchased and share my opinion so that maybe it would help other people. Now, if you're making videos for that reason, awesome. If there's other reasons that are valid, awesome. But if you're going into this with the intent of, I want to make money, or I want to get free product or things like that, you might want to check yourself, because you need to be sincere when you're making videos. Otherwise, it's going to show through. So that's the first thing. Secondly, you need to determine what it is you want to cover. So when you're thinking about making videos, well, what exactly do you want to cover? Is it technology? Is it news? Is it product? And if it is product, well, what kind of product? Is it product such as iPhone cases or iPad cases? Is it video games that you want to cover and you want to do reviews of that? Get a good foundational start as to where you want to cover, and start slow. Don't start taking on the whole world, because if you try to cover everything from the beginning, you're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed. Not saying you can't be successful, but it's going to be very challenging. Be prepared to spend a little bit of money, and don't expect free stuff right off the bat. And what I mean by that is it takes time. When you first start off on your channel, as I mentioned, when I started off, I never got into it to get free stuff or to make money. And I didn't expect that. So when you start making videos, there's an investment involved. And we'll talk about that in a future video as far as the equipment that you need to think about when you're filming videos, but also the investment of products. So if you're going to cover, say, for example, iPhone cases, yeah, you might be able to get some products shipped to you for review, but until you build your subscriber base to a respectable level, companies are more than likely not going to send that to you, because they look at you as not necessarily established yet. So you're going to need to establish your viewership and your subscriber base before companies start looking at you seriously. And even today, I'll tell you, there's a lot of companies that don't send me free stuff. I would venture to say that maybe about 70% of the time nowadays, I'm getting items sent to me for review, 70 to 75% of the time, but there's a good portion that I'm still having to purchase these things out of my own pocket. Forget it with video games. I don't get any of that stuff sent to me for free. But as far as iPhone cases, a lot of times I do. The bigger companies, not so much. So the specs and the things like that, I never hear back from those guys. So you got to be established to get some of this stuff. So you're going to have to front some cost up front if you want to really make this thing take off. And don't expect the free stuff. And then finally, be honest. You've got to be honest. And this goes back to your very first question that you got to ask yourself that I said, and that's determine why you want to do this. If you only want to do this for money, if you only want to do this to get free product, you're going to have a hard time being honest in your videos. Be transparent, be honest, be unbiased. It doesn't matter that a company is going to send you a product for review. That doesn't mean a good review. You have to be honest, and you have to be consistent in your review. So determine what is your review criteria, and how will that carry over from case to case to case, from video game to video game to video game, whatever it might be. Because if your criteria is different, then your review score is going to be different from product to product, which isn't fair to the companies, to the product, and to your viewers. So you've got to be honest with this, regardless of if you paid for product or if you've not paid for product. Be honest, be upfront. Your viewers will respect you for that. And of course, your reviews will be top notch. So that's going to do it for this segment. We'll see you next time.